Unlike the gimmicks of Keter Sanctuary's Grade 3 Galore or Brant Gates Prison, Dragon Empire brings the heat with a simple yet effective playstyle to attract new and experienced players to Cardfight Vanguard. Hello everybody, Winning Image here today, out to bring you guys a deck breakdown to one of the decks that I'm playing Overdress Set 1, Dragon Empire Nirvana. Using the Overdress mechanic, Dragon Empire focuses on creating large numbers that your opponent can't guard, and essentially evolving Trickstar into many vairina forms. But the card that brings this all together is Chakrabarthi Divine Dragon Nirvana. It has this great skill that sets up all your plays with its skill to discard a card from your hand and call a grade 0 from your drop zone, usually Trickstar. However, the real power plays come from its other skill that when it attacks, you can counterblast 1 to give itself and all units with the Overdress ability 10k. These effects make your whole deck go. On top of getting the card that I would say your deck is built around, Trickstar, it powers up all of your units to push another stage of guarding, which means another card out of your opponent's hand. Furthermore, if you Persona Road, the power output that this card provides to put all of your units out of a single card guard, since the highest shield on a card is 15k, not counting overtriggers and sentinels. You've heard me mention Trickstar a few times now, and this little guy starts your whole Overdress play. Trickstar is a grade 0 normal unit which states on rearguard it can't be chosen by card effects. Although this effect is small and basic, there is one major utility I want to highlight. The fact that it can't be chosen gives itself inherent defense, so you can play it early with some of your effects without fear. Furthermore, against Brant Gates Prison, because your deck could still make numbers without the Overdress mechanic, a full back row of Trickstar could shut down their plays because they won't be able to imprison those 3 units, making this card a lot more powerful in that specific matchup. The rest of the main cards of this deck focuses on the more powerful forms of Vairina, the evolved form of Trickstar which has 3 forms to pop off. The basic Vairina comes out of the start deck, which has the skill that when it overdresses on Trickstar and attacking in the overdress state, it gains 10k. Then you may Soul Blast 2 to retire one of your opponent's rearguards. This effect helps you rush early and get your opponent to a high damage count, so when you get to your grade 3 Nirvana, it makes a 30k attack minimum. Furthermore, its retire skill if timed correctly with proper soul management can clear a vital intercept to make your attack go through late game. The next Vairina continues with a simple theme, but also helps you maintain advantage. Vairina Arcs also overdresses with Trickstar, and when it's placed on rearguard if it is in the overdress state, you can counterblast 1 to draw 2 cards and get 5k. Without going too deep into it, this card is the main advantage engine to see all of your pieces. With its skill to draw 2 cards, it is essentially a +1 in card advantage, but to keep it simple, seeing more cards gives you better chances to win because you can see more cards that you could overdress. Finally, we get into the big boy Vairina, Vairina Valiente. As the boss, Vairina, it is a grade 3 overdress unit that can not only go on top of Trickstar, but also on top of a previously overdressed unit such as Vairina or Vairina Arcs. Continuous on rearguard circle gets plus 5k power for every unit under it, and when its attack hits, if it is in the overdress state, you can counterblast 1, discard a card to stand it. This effect is insane. On top of gaining continuous power for your and your opponent's turn, it brings pressure to your opponent to guard because if they don't, it'll attempt to finish them off with a multi-attack. With Nirvana's skill active, it'll go for a minimum 33k, making it a minimum 2 cards to guard, forcing loss of shield or a perfect guard out of your opponent's hand. Now onto the deck profile. Starting off with the Ride deck, Sunrise Egg is our standard starter and Nirvana is our main grade 3, with a grade 1 and grade 2. Blaze Maiden Renu is the grade 1, and Ryu is the grade 2 that help us get our main combo pieces. When rode on by Ryu, Blaze Maiden Renu could search your deck for a Trickstar and call it to rearguard, and Ryu, when rode upon by Nirvana, could search your deck for a Vairina and add to your hand, helping you set up your power plays. The rest of the deck consists of cards to help you get all the previously mentioned effects off. 4 Nirvana and 4 Vairina Valiente make up our grade 3s, and 4 Vairina plus 4 Vairina Arcs kick off our grade 2s, and the last grade 2 we run is the Blitz Order, Pure Bright, Pure Prayers. If your damage zone has 3 or more cards, choose one of your units that gets plus 15k for the battle, essentially acting as another trigger and shield value. Then on to our grade 1, Stealth Dragon Tanesha Steed helps us get our Persona right off with its skill to when it attacks or boosts, and the attack hits, you may counterblast 1 to retire it and search your deck for a card with the same name as your Vanguard and add it to your hand. Since this deck can make numbers on its own with effects, grade 1s aren't as necessary for boosting, so you can play more cards such as the Blitz Order and your Vairinas. Then on to our Sentinel Twin Buckler Dragon, and finally 4 Trickstar, 8 crit, 3 draw, 1 overtrigger, and 4 heal. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown over Dragon Empire Vairina. I really like how simple this deck is to play and the clear winning image it has. Bushiroad I think did this as the main character deck, so new players could be drawn to it as well. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.